Hello, it's Monday and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon already. We've had a lovely start to the day, sorted the vlog out, had a bath, had my breakfast, and Izzy did double maths again. She did an hour, she had a break and did another hour of maths just because she wanted to get it done for the day. I had an enjoyable time. I washed up, I folded up the clothes that were on the airer and put it away. And then I was thinking again about language learning and how much I've missed it. So while I was washing up and stuff, I put some Portuguese just daytime telly on my phone and I was streaming it to my big speaker thingy, and I was instantly hooked again. I can't understand all the words and I can't understand all the meaning. I can understand some of the words and some of the little phrases, and sometimes I can get a gist and other times not. But they were cooking and it was a lot easier to follow the meaning because there was such a lot of simultaneous visual cues going on. Like she was probably saying in Portuguese, now I'm adding the onions, as she was adding the onions, and it was so much easier to follow it and I was like hooked on it. So after I did the washing up, I decided to veg out on the sofa and just watch this cooking show. It's probably like really cheesy and corny or something, but I actually was latching onto it because I could actually understand it. And then, ironically, ate a pot noodle. Even though they were cooking something reasonably nice looking on the telly. I think what they were doing was really simple. I think it was cupboard ingredients that people might have in the pandemic when they haven't been shopping for a few days, because it was tinned tuna, diced carrots. Everyone's got going off carrots to use up in their fridge, haven't they? And it looked like, I tuned in quite late on in the proceedings, so I don't know if it was tinned peas and tinned sweet corn, but I think it might have been, or frozen. Yeah. Anyway, about the pot noodle. When you do vlogging, you kind of feel at odds over certain things regarding what to show in the vlog. And I kind of feel like I've got a social responsibility to set an example to people that's going to be beneficial to them. And so I'm loathed to show too much of us eating junk food, for example. Like we did today, Izzy ate a tin of ravioli for her lunch because that's what she wanted, and I thought, I'll just have a pot noodle, I don't need to cook or anything. And so we do it, you know. Sometimes we don't always eat super healthy unprocessed food cooked from scratch. It probably looks as if that's all we live on from the vlogs sometimes, so I don't want to be all fake and pretend that we're superhumans, but at the same time I kind of don't want to promote eating junk food on the channel because I don't want people to eat junk food, because I don't want people to be unhealthy and I don't want to have any part in making people unhealthy. Anyway, does anybody else feel like that who's got a channel? And after that we did some science. We did science for an hour and it wasn't bad at all today. Izzy quite enjoyed it. I think she engaged with it. It was about the way plants grow. Basically, it's quite interesting. They have special hormones at their growing tips called auxin, apparently. Well, the one that we focused on today was called auxin. And apparently the auxin accumulates in the shade. So say your light source is here, imagine that's the sun there. The auxin will grow on this side, and then it makes these cells here elongate. They get longer and longer and longer, and so it makes it kind of bend over, you see, towards the light source. I didn't know that. I was really surprised. So if the light source was over there, and there's your shoots, you're going to get the auxin on that side, and so those cells get longer and longer, and it ends up bending towards the sun that way. And if the sun is straight above, they grow on the tip there, and they just go straight up. The shoots are phototrophic, they grow towards light, and the roots are geotrophic because they are pulled down by gravity, so they're pulled towards the earth. I'm so knowledgeable. It's in my short-term memory, just don't ask me tomorrow because I'll have forgotten. News just in on my phone app here, the BBC News. Look, they're now saying in England apparently that people in England should aim to wear face coverings on public transport and in some shops from Wednesday. What, just go around coughing and breathing willy-nilly until Wednesday though? There we are. Here's my thoughts of face coverings, right? I watched the Dr John Campbell YouTube channel, which was recommended to me by Kidney J, who is one of my kind of YouTube buddies. We watch each other's videos, and yeah, I think I would be friends with Kidney J if I knew her in real life. So anyway, she recommended this channel, and he's a retired intensive care nurse. So he's in his early 60s now, and he's kind of an independent analyst, and he looks at all the figures from around the world every day, and he does these daily updates. And because I've been watching his channel, I've kind of got an awareness that the coronavirus is partially aerosol. So although it comes out in droplets, the droplets vary in size, according to Dr John Campbell, from big splatty ones that just go phew, splat and go down to earth or on a surface, whatever. But some of the droplets are much lighter and smaller, and they can travel further, and I don't really know how far they can travel, but I reckon it could be more than 2 meters. I would wear a mask on public transport, and I am wearing a mask in shops. So I personally am not going to wait for the government to tell me to cover my mouth and nose, because I might have it. I might be an asymptomatic spreader, and I don't want to be responsible for making somebody very ill or, heaven forbid, die. So yeah, I look and feel a bit silly with a muslin square tied over my face, and I do not get some looks off the people out and about, because the minority of people have got face coverings where I live. Even in the shops, and even the staff in the shops, nobody seems to be wearing masks. I am the minority, but you know, I don't care. They can laugh at me if they want to. I'm doing it anyway. I'm going to take personal responsibility. So yeah, I would just do it. This is the time now. We're going to do English next. Yeah, just don't do what I did and make a giant word search with only 10 words in it. They were all in that corner there, look. She found a few smaller ones which she thought would be fun to add anyway. Not time efficient. No way. I'll do a smaller one next time. But I'm not going to get her to do the rest of those that I printed off, because she spent ages doing those. So we're going to go through Izzy's spelling list once we start back at past now, and I'm going to get her to scrutinise them one by one with me. We'll have a dialogue, and I'm going to see if she can pick out exactly what features of those words make them difficult to spell, and just have a bit of a focus session on those and see where that leads us. And then for the rest of the 40 minutes of the literacy hour, we're going to just carry on with this book here. I leave links to things in the description, by the way, because I want you to be able to use the description as a reference for anything educational associated with the video. I'm thinking as we do our bit of digesting of these spelling words, I'm going to encourage Izzy to make some little flashcards with Sharpies and these little bits of card here that I'm cutting up. And I think we might play pairs with them. And I don't know if that's going to help with learning to spell them, but it did say in the book that the more you see them, the more you get sort of a sense of whether it looks right or wrong when you see it. So I'll give that a little go. As I said a couple of vlogs ago, I really am at a loss now of what more I can possibly do with Izzy to help her with her spelling. So I'm just experimenting really, but feel free to make suggestions in the comments. I have probably done whatever it is you're going to suggest, but feel free to comment it anyway, because it's possible there might be something. Isabel's just totally beaten me.
That's
at pairs.
In 2 goes in a row. Let's say that it was here. So let's look at these. She was like, ooh, peaceful. It wasn't these words though. And what's this one? Certain. Okay, and then I had my go. And then she went for the same 2 again.
I just can't remember what is where.
I have a good memory, so.
I do not.
I can tell.
I got 1 pair.
And that's because
break as in a car break.
That's because you turned it over 3 times.
See, repetition works eventually.
I knew it after the first one. And yes, this is my poor excuse for a car. I don't draw cars. Clearly.
Like a lamb to the slaughter, I've agreed to a second round.
I think you're probably going going to do better this time because you've warmed up.
I don't know. I just can't remember things like what's under a flashcard.
Why not?
Unless I can string a story, but it goes too fast for me to form a story.
Mummy's doing
Oh,
better.
how the tables have turned! Yeah.
I still got the first one on my first go.
It's because I went first this time. That's what all the difference was.
You went first last time.
Did I? Oh well.
Yeah.
I've got 3 already. Oh, what could be next? Oh, I'm going to go
Let's
for a
hope
random
she gets
middle
another
one.
one.
Control without an E, because control does not have an E. That's what that's doing there.
I got confused.
Analyze with a Y. Wah, wah, wah.
Okay, don't film me, there's the pressure.
Oh,
Occurred. I don't think we've seen this. Control.
oh, one of those was control.
It was over here, Mummy.
No, it wasn't. It was that one. No! That's flipping
Yeah,
analyze.
now you're going to get
Oh, God.
analysed and you're going to go on a spree.
No, and I'm very disappointed.
I'm not.
I'm winning. Look, I'm winning.
Mummy, don't leave me hanging.
Wait, I've got 4 left. Hang on then. The chances are I could win this.
Yeah, you probably will.
I've forgotten what everything is.
Neighbour.
Neighbour. Oh, yay! These have got to be a pair.
Well, imagine if they're not.
Good. With 2 C's and 2 R's.
Okay, well, I demand a rematch. I demand a rematch.
Now categorising the spelling mistake type of difficulty. For instance, if it's got silent letters that are making them confusing, or if it's a doubling letters issue, etc. So having a little bit of a stint on the old-fashioned, old-school look, cover, write
I
method.
don't like it because it reminds me of my childhood.
I did used to get you to do a lot of that, didn't I?
It was traumatic.
We're using Siri to help correct spellings, aren't we, Iz?
Can you spell therefore, please?
Therefore, T-H-E-R-E-F-O-R-E.
Thank you very much.
Don't mention it.
Okay, now can you spell a curd?
Occurred. O-C-C-U-R-R-E-D.
That was very impressive.
I'm not sure I understand.
We're going to carry on with our history now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.